Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lee. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use third-party Lua plugins with Con. Let's get started. First of all, let me open my terminal and a browser. And then go to my blog, and this is the blog post I'm going to use. A little bit of the background knowledge. Con is written in Lua, so most of the third-party plugins are written in Lua as well. From version 2.2, Con started to support Go plugins and they released the Go PDK. And from version 2.4, they started to support JavaScript and Python and released the PDKs respectively. Because these two PDKs are quite new, I'm not going to cover them. I will only cover the Lua plugin usage in today's video. My next one will cover the Go plugin. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, let me start a Con container. I'm going to deploy Con in dbless mode. And as you can see, I'm using the 2.4 Alpine image and the container name is con-demo. Let's have a look. It should be up and running. There are three ways to install Lua plugins. I'm going to use con Jwt to header plugin as our example today. The first method to install it is to create a folder inside the container and then put the plugin files, the handler.lua and schema.lua inside that folder. After that, you can just reload Con and you will be able to use the plugin. Let me show you how. So let's just copy this command, go back to our terminal, git clone. Okay, and then there is one thing we need to change. So this repo, they included the a convenience script for us to use to install the plugin. There is one thing we need to change here, which is the username. So Con used to run the containers as the root user, but they changed to Con user later on. So we need to change this user from root to Con. Let's save it and let's run this script. And then we just need to enter our container name, which is con-demo. Alright, so it should be installed now. Let's double check. Alright, you can see it is installed. So that's the first method. So it literally just copying two files inside a folder and enable it. The second method is to use a Lua package manager called Lua Rocks to install the plugin. Lua Rocks is pre-installed with Con containers. So what we need to do is just to run this Lua Rocks command as the root user inside a container, and it will install the plugin automatically. Let's try that. So let me just start this container first, and then run a new one. Make sure the plugin is not there. And then we just install it with Lua Rocks. Okay, so the plugin is installed. Now we just need to reload Con and tell Con instead of only the official plugin, we also need this new plugin to be enabled. Alright, so let's try again to see if it's there. Okay, it's enabled. So as you can see, this is how we use Lua Rocks to install this plugin. But the best way to use any custom plugin, in my opinion, is to use a custom image, which is very simple as well. So what you really need to do is just to build a custom image, put your plugin inside your new image, and every time when you start a new container, it will have the plugin enabled by default. Let me show you how. Let me just stop this container and then create a new file called Docker file. Maybe I should from another folder, right? So Docker file, copy this thing, paste. What it does is it uses an Alpine image as the builder, git clone the plugin files to this folder, and then use con 2.4 Alpine as the base image make a new folder and basically just copy the files into this newly created folder. That's it. Of course, you need to have use the user root to create a folder and change it back to user con later on. And then we just need to build the image. So this is the command we are going to use to build. It's very simple as well. Basically just give a tag as con-demo. So this will be our image name. And the dot here means the Docker file is inside the same folder. Let's build it. Yep, that's all done. So let's start a new container with the new image here. Okay, you can see here, this is the extra environment variable I'm passing to con, which tells con to enable the con JWT to header plugins. And also I'm switching the image from the Alpine 2.4 Alpine to the newly created image. Okay, so we should have it enabled, as you can see. So now I can just, whenever I use this image, I will have this one installed. I just need to pass in this environment variable to use this plugin. Okay, very simple. So the last bit, I would like to talk about how to use this plugin since we are using it as a demo, right? This plugin does one thing. So when the user is passing in a Jwt token, it will look for the value at the key and value pair and add a header automatically. And then it will match with your current route. Let me show you what I mean. So I've prepared a config file here. Let's save it as test.yaml. There are two methods to pass in all the configurations to con in dbless mode. The first method is to save the files and then pass in this file to con when you started the container. So when con container started, they will got all the information. The second method is you can also pass in, send these config files to con via the config endpoint. I'm going to use the second method here. It's very simple one. So I've got two services. The first one is HTTP bin as the upstream. The second one is use mockbin as the upstream. Both of them has one route, and the first route will match /demo. The second route will match /demo and with a header. So when there is a header called xcon jwt claim demo with the value text and it's at /demo, it will match the second route. Let me show you how it works. So let me just post these files to con. Now we have everything. Let's test the first route. It's the HTTP bin. Let's test the second route. It's mockbin, right? So next, I'm going to create a Jwt token. You can use jwt.io to create or whatever you want. I'm going to use jwt CLI to create my Jwt token. So it's very simple. The payload is just demo and demo as the key and test as the value. So create this token and pass in. Let me just type it. Localhost 8000 demo. So it will be HTTP bin, but if we pass in a header, authorization bearer, and that's the token we are going to pass in. And as you can see now, we are reaching mockbin instead, but we didn't actually pass in any headers because the plugin will get the header, will create this header for you. As you can see, xcon jwt claim demo test, which match our route, right? So this plugin actually read the content of your Jwt token and adds the header for you. Okay, so that's all I want to demo in today's video. I'm going to make another one for the Go plugin later on. If you have any questions, please leave comments down below and I'll try my best to answer your questions. Thank you for watching. See you next time.